Kink Live in the Bing Lounge, presented by Intel. Please welcome to the Bing Lounge these United States, all of them. Hey, Jesse. Jesse Elliott. It's great to have you here.
How are you?
Really, really good. Why don't you introduce everybody else here? I know you. You're Jesse Elliott with These United States. Kind of the ringleader.
Nice to meet you. This is David Strachny on the guitar. How about a huge round of applause for David? He has his own musical project called Paleo, which is a fantastic project. This is Aaron Lados on the drums. How about a round of applause? Anna Morissette on the bass guitar and the singing. Aaron and Anna also have an amazing band together called Yet Cut Breath, and they play with a bunch of other folks. And that is J. Tom Nato on the pedal steel and the guitar. Tom plays with more people than we care to admit. So.
And together you are These United States, and you are at the Aladdin for 2 shows, one tonight and one tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I love the name that you settled on. It's such a loaded thing to call yourself These United States. It could be either, ponderous or wee. I'm not sure which it is for you.
Yeah, we caught a lot of flack for that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
The name?
Yeah.
Or the flack?
Oh, no, I don't want to know. No flack in the Bing today.
You can only imagine.
Yeah.
I think it was just a geographic fascination for me with this strange continent and being introduced to it fairly early in life by my adventurous parents in a Nissan Stanza.
There you go.
Driving all around. I got to see the 48 lower states by the time I was like 14.
Oh, that's really cool.
My imagination.
That is a classic, the road trip, right? Hey,
yeah.
I love the internet because all kinds of
us too.
I just wanted to say that because
Next question.
all kinds of stuff still lives there, whether you know it or not.
Whether you want it to.
Yeah, and I don't know whether you want me to mention this, but when you were in high school, you said you had a very bad band and a very bad band name, Dr. Nice Guy. I just had to say that.
Well, thanks, Anessa.
And now you've moved to These United States. I call that progress.
What did you do in high school?
Oh, I kind of look like this guy right over here. And I don't know what he does for fun, so. So These United States, you have your self-titled 5th studio album. Oh, and it reminds me of your early days, where when you first started going, you would be going from town to town and call on local bands to play with you and collaborate with you.
Yeah.
So on this newest project, man, collaboration to the nth degree. I don't know how many people you called on to collaborate with, but it created this raucous and kind of, that's a rock and roll record, kind of a little sloppy, a little
sure, yeah.
good,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's about 20 plus other folks on it in one role or another. A lot of singers, some other drummers, some crazy everything going on, I guess.
So did you already write These United States, the record, when you went into the studio, or was it collaborative,
No, we had a whole batch of, I think it works like a lot of albums work, where we had a big batch of songs we were kind of sorting through and working and reworking. We tried to take more time on this album than we ever have before, and the process of a lot of that was making demos, which actually featured some of these people like John from Deer Tick, or Mike from Cotton Jones, or Laura from the Mina Birds. And a lot of those demos ended up, especially the vocal demos, ended up where we got so attached to what those people had done with it that we were like, well, that's a character in the song. You can't take it out now. So
I haven't counted how many tracks there are on here, but with all
12,
that collaboration,
yeah.
you pared it down to 12. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that must be like a lot of late nights thinking, okay, what happens?
A lot of late angry nights.
But you sort of being the ringleader, it comes down to you then? Or?
I like to think it does. It never.
What about
actually,
the rest of y'all?
It never actually does. No, actually, me and Tom and these 2 guys, Justin Craig, who's played with us for a very long time in the guitaring position, and Dwayne Lundy, who's a really good producer in Lexington. Us and, Robbie Casenza and Rob Gordon and a couple other folks chipped in, but Dwayne and Justin especially produced the album, and Tom and I were kind of right there the whole time for it. So
where is home for you, Jesse, and everybody else? Do you just kind of live in the same neighborhood, or?
No, we don't even live in the same states.
Oh no, it's one of those things. Okay.
Yeah, we're thoroughly homeless. I haven't had a mailing address for 3 or 4 years now.
Hobos.
Yeah, David is pretty much the same way, although I think he resides a little more in Iowa these days than not. I guess I spend more time in Colorado or Brooklyn or Toronto than anywhere else.
Wow.
And these two are sort of in New York, but not really. And Tom is in North Carolina until about a week from now, and then he's actually moving to Kentucky.
Jesse, you're making my head spin.
Well, thank you.
So then you've been to Portland before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you
Oh,
seem
yeah.
like a
We know
you
all
could
about this
easily.
place.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing?
About Portland?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we passed through here with a night off a couple days ago, and we went and sat by the river with our really good friends, Laura Gibson and Sean Ogilvie, who are very talented musicians in the area
absolutely.
here. And they took us out to this little secret river dock in Selwood, and it was just a nice
Selwood,
looking
you mean
north.
Selwood Park?
Well, yeah, is that the
No,
park?
then it's
Or
not
that's the
secret
neighborhood,
anymore.
right? It's like way south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some secret places there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it felt secret. So I'm not saying
most
it's never
important
been on
thing.
a map before.
You
or
know,
no one's ever-
speaking of maps.
But we were the only ones on the dock. That was important to me, Anessa. Don't take that away from me.
I'm not. You own it, Jesse. You own it. Speaking of maps, I'm a huge fan and have been forever of album art. Of like the old-fashioned 12-inch record, and you open it up.
Yeah.
There it was.
Yeah,
and,
we too.
So you engaged Todd Rose to do yours, design the cover art for your album, and I love what he said about it. He wanted to. He listened to the record, and because of what it was inside, he wanted the CD package to unfold like that map when you're traveling with your family.
Yeah, the
your
idea
dad's
was that it
trying
was like
to
a glove
stuff
box map that you couldn't refold
and I'm trying
in
to
the right
open
way.
it up
So
right
you
now.
can't even open it or
I can't
refold
even
it.
open it. It's like there it is.
Yeah.
And now I can't close it. But that's the whole idea.
Yeah, thanks for the dramatization.
I didn't do a very
We'll
good
be selling merchandise at the end of the
They
day.
will, by the way.
If you want another
Anyway,
confusing map for your glove
yeah.
box.
Well, I love the vibe. I mean, the cover art and this raucous thing that you're going to be doing for us. So let's hear it. These United States in the Bing Lounge.